Hey yo, Crenshaw, so you the new one in here. Let's ask how you feel right now about Kanye West.
Kanye. Kanye's opening some minds. You know, I mean, I might not like what he say, but he got his own opinion. But I tell you what, he's opened a lot of people's mind, like making people do a little more research than they already have. Because I haven't heard people talking about slavery like that in a while. So yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I'm a Kanye fan, but I don't know how I feel afterward. I mean, I think I watched the whole tape and I see how they put it.
Like you want to fight me right now, but Kanye, come on over. I just want to give him a hug. I love you, and I want to give you a hug.
And what about the 400 years of slavery? Do you feel like
I think it's kind of like when you hear the Moors talk or the indigenous people talk. You have to understand where they're coming from first. The thing about Kanye, he can't just jump in there and start and think everybody understand what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? He gotta do his research first. I think that he done sold out though.
You sold out?
I think he done sold out. Yeah, I think he done sold out. I mean, what it sound like to me, because everything else is kind of like, you know, when you deal with that alt-right people, the people that he dealing with, you know, you see how he was throwing up the white power sign right there in his face, had a hat on his head, standing behind him. Huh?
They wasn't throwing him no white power sign.
Shit. Yeah, he was.
Nuh-uh.
What sign is that then?
That's that 666 sign. When they throw it up like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It just depends. It just depends on where you at. It's kind of like how gang members, they got certain signs, certain ones. But on that thing, they be like white power. You know what I'm saying? The W and the P.
Oh, okay, got it.
So they were he really would look like he was trying to clown Kanye by doing that shit over his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? The way it looked to me.
No, a lot of celebrities do it, so I guess it could be white power too.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about in an alt-right sense. You know what I'm saying? He had on the Make America Great hat. You know what I'm saying? On the alt-right, that's what they do.
Hey, I'm not even on front, bro. I'm about to get my Make America Great hat too. I'm gonna get the whole outfit.
Be careful.
I'm keeping it real. I wish I had one right now. I'll throw it on.
Holla at me. I'll make it for you. I got you.
We do need to make America great again. Hey, who's playing that Kanye in the background?
That's me, man. This is the part that
interview.
My bad. I was over here trying to hear this little punk ass excuse. I'm not feeling it.
But America needs to be great again, man, because, you know, back in the day, when it was segregated, black people had more sense.
That's like saying make slavery great again.
Nah, bro, you didn't hear what I said. Back in the day, before things were integrated, black people had more sense.
Well, it was more of a family-oriented thing, doing your own thing. You're right. I mean, there was a lot of striving economies that came out of just separation. And, you know, a lot of people do say that, though, like we're better off in segregation. But, I mean, as far as economic-wise, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But it's just like
Black Wall Street.
It's like one of those things, man. It's just like how you know, we sit here talking on the phone on a Chinaman phone or Japanese, you know, that made these phones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, they got their own economy still. You know what I'm saying? Chinese went through a whole lot too in this country.
And they not sitting over here talking about, yeah, remember we had to build the trains and the railroads. They over that shit, bruh.
They do talk about it. They have a museum also, and like somewhere in Los Angeles. The Koreans, everybody pays. It's considered part of their heritage. They have landmarks. That's why there's a little Korea and a little a little Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying is, like I was saying earlier, Fit culture.
Mm-hmm.
People who stick to their culture, they have things to represent. It is here in America, amongst the black people, where they're cultureless. What you have is religious and political views mostly, or that's what you're bombarded with. You know, that's what you're controlled by. And so that did not come from your family. That came from people who had control over you and still do today. So you can get a job.
Okay. I can see y'all now. My bad. I couldn't see y'all long ago.
Unless it's a job at your father's or mother's factory or a grandfather or something that you've held in the family for years, you know, which comes out to generational wealth, which back, who's that saying that, the people back in the day, the people before segregation, yes, they were a lot smarter with their money. And yes, it was before integration that they were a lot better off because they dealt with their own people more than just because they had to, but it was a survival thing. And you knew if you stepped outside of that certain territory that you would get dealt with by the white man, you know, and you had to go and be certain places. So at the end of the day, you know, your great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother, whatever, was worried about her man coming home and actually making it home.
But Kyle, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you can ask any black person that's going against Kanye about that slave comment to name one of their slave ancestors, I bet they don't even have a fucking name.
But that's well, to me that's irrelevant because
it is relevant because if you feel so bad about slavery, why can't you name your great grandmother that was a slave?
Because during slavery, I don't think most people could read or write here in the United States.
But I'm saying, look at where we're at right now. Listen to me right now. We're in the informational age.
Do you know
you can go back and do some?
There's no information. Black folks did not save information during slavery like that. Like to me,
but they can find out when the new Jordans is coming out.
Of course, because that's accessible. Your ancestry being black in the United States, your ancestry is not accessible. Hence the word slave and slavery.
But that is true, though. I mean, shit, you got a point there, dude. Because I had to research in my family, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we have like 1,000 acres of land. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I had to look back. My grandmother was named. My grandfather's great-great-grandfather's name was E.J. Hardham. He was born the same year that slavery ended. But in Texas, he was still a slave because it took them 2 years to get the emancipation through Texas or whatever. But
so you did the actual physical research and found out some of your ancestors that were slaves.
Yeah, I have. We have slaves on our property.
See, that's real talk. And
but I had to research it. Like you said, you have to research it. It's nothing that you have to do that in order to find out like who you really are. Because if not, you'll be labeled as the African American and like that. They're gonna keep changing the name. Probably right. 15 years from now, it's gonna be something else. You ain't gonna be African American. You're gonna be something else.
You're not even African American for one. We're not African American. You go to Africa as a Black American. You're not getting respected. You never step foot in Africa, so you're Black American. You're Black first, then you're American.
Yeah.
And my great grandmother told me about slaves in our family. But I'm just saying, today's youth and niggas that's upset with Kanye, they're so ignorant, and they talk about Kanye's pushing this stuff to the youth. Listen to Lil Pump. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. I'm up in Duke of okay. Niggas is talking about using drugs.
Yeah, and the thing about it, I think it's more or less a laughing thing about what Kanye say. I think a lot of people are joking on him, but on the cool, he did bring it up. He did bring up some real shit. I mean, I don't hate to do it. Like I said, I'm a Kanye fan, but I tell you what, you know, some of the people got points because some of these people are conservatives. Like you got black conservatives too, like him and what's that other lady name that he
Maxine Water.
No, she's straight Democrat.
Oh,
Maxine Water.
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
to be honest with you, I don't really care for the Democrats too much. You know, in ideology, I'm a conservative. You know what I'm saying? Just in ideology, I'm not a purist of
Yeah.
anything, but I have more conservative views than I do. So I understand so-called supporting Trump from a Republican perspective, but not as an individual. Like I
Oh
personally,
yeah.
I don't follow any ideology necessarily, but if I had to pick between Democrat and Republican, me personally, I'd pick Republican.
And I'm gonna keep it real too. I didn't mind Trump saying "grab her by the pussy."
Me
It's
neither.
real shit.
I'm gonna be
Real
honest with you.
shit. That didn't hurt my feelings, nigga.
I ain't
Because
have a problem with it either.
I like, come
Nah,
on, nigga. If you see a crazy camel toe, you gonna want to grab it. He just keeping it real. At least we got somebody that's keeping it real.
My whole thing is,
And he keeping it real, nigga. I don't
That
like
was the
these niggas.
closest we
Let's
got
get
to
them out the country. Like how real
I mean,
can
yeah.
you be?
I mean, I'd rather, like you said, I'd rather have somebody that's more straight up with me, so I know where he at.
Exactly. You know where they stand.
When Bill Clinton got head, I didn't get mad at him. So, you know, as a matter of fact, when we found out he got head in the White House from his intern, everybody kind of liked that nigga. Like, oh, you a real nigga. But then, like, you know, like Trump, that was the most realistic human moment he's had since he's been in office. So while everybody was clowning, I'm like, well, shit, at least he's not a fag.
And let me break down something real for y'all, just for y'all to understand. Nigga, when I was growing up, there was a white supremacist in my neighborhood. His name was Ron. It had the Confederate flag, everything. I'm just being real. I was cool with their brother, right? His little brother. This nigga used to talk about all kind of crazy stuff, not like anything as far as like calling me out my name or saying racist slurs, but he would talk about some race war that was going to happen in the future. But what happened to Ron, let me get to the bottom of the story. What happened with Ron is Ron ended up going to jail. And he ended up getting protected by a black man. End up getting out of jail, changing his whole mindset about how he was raised and brainwashed with the whole race thing. So all the racism stuff, you get taught that, man. You can't dislike somebody because they've been taught bullshit. You can still like the person and deal with him because he dealt with me. His family still dealt with me. Because at the end of the day, I'm black. And I'm playing with their little kid, their son. And, you know, it really at the end of the day, people that have problems with other people, it's their self-consciousness of themselves. It's their own, they got a problem with themselves.
Y'all feel like black people just gotta have something to talk about, gotta have somebody to put down, or you know what I mean, look down and shine upon, and just,
hell yeah.
I mean, just grabbing that and using that as something to grab on and put down to make themselves feel better.
They just want to put down the next black man. Kanye's crazy. Fuck that nigga. He ain't from the hood no more.
The nigga he ain't crazy now.
He not crazy.
He ain't crazy. What it is just like the whole object for them to do is separate us into different type of categories, so we won't be together. Like you said, you say you want to make America great again. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find a way to do that. You know what I'm saying? And if that's his way of trying to bring it together, that's good. Some people need to do that, but you have people that are also disfranchised who feel a different way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't live how we live. There's some rich bastards in this world. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have picked Donald Trump because I read his book. You know what I'm saying? Before he ran for president, so I knew he would go. There's things that he's done good, also, but there's some things that he just like. When it comes, like you said, he's done set the tone for the racism and all this stuff and the stuff that he says. But hey, it brought it to a head, though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it real. Everybody is racist. Period. Black people are racist. White people are racist.
You have to be in a position of power to be a racist.
That's true.
B. You gonna tell me right now that you ain't never said nothing racist about white people or black
what
people?
he's saying is like it's not a race. That's a different term for what you're using. Race, like, you know, it ain't no race if you ain't racing. You ain't in no race. They
Well,
just,
now, and this is what I don't like about black people mind frames either. Niggas want to be in power. Then when you talk about something, they want to take it. Well, you got to be in power to be racist. Man, be quiet, bro. That's dumb. Like, bro, be like, man up. Like, black people always want to take a defensive end and play a victim all of a sudden. Like, nigga, fuck that slavery shit, nigga. We ain't no more, bro. Do something, man. Stop trying to be like, oh, we victims, man. It's the white man's fault, man. It's your fucking fault, nigga. You ain't putting no food on your table, nigga.
Fit. I don't think it's just like the fact of the matter of like, you know, everybody plays victims. Of course you got your certain people, but I just don't like the fact that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, society right now is trying to play like, you know what I mean? That's something that actually that should be forgotten. That is nothing that should be.
Honestly, bro, I don't give a fuck about slavery, bro. Just being honest. And I don't know why I don't give a fuck about it, because it's over, nigga, and I wasn't a slave.
Right, but if we
and I don't want to talk about no slavery. What I want to talk about is how to make $100 million a year at Wall Street. Let's talk about that.
Right. That's fine. That to each his own. I mean,
I didn't have to escape from the slave whoopings, nigga. Right now, I can go marry whoever I want.
There's a family member that probably took part of that. So, you know what I mean? That's kind of like, you know what I mean? If you don't give a fuck about it, that's kind of like spitting on their name. You know what I mean? People
I'm not spitting on their name because I don't even know them.
Yo, Fit, you gotta let people finish, man. You can't keep jumping in on everybody.
Well, even if you don't know them or not, it's just like a person meeting a random stranger or actually bigging up an OG in the hood, like, yeah, I heard about you or something of that sort, to where you given some type of praise or a form of respect. So therefore, just like if you walk into somewhere and take your hat off or something, you show that respect, just like soldiers and shit, right? Just like they saying, okay, well, fuck world, this world. You know what I'm saying? So that shit old. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't be that type of person. Like, well, fuck
you can. That's what Kanye is trying to say. You can be whatever you want to be and leader still win.
That's what he calls himself, leader of the free world.
That's what he's telling you right now. That's why he like Trump. Trump can say, I can grab her by the pussy. He can be a racist asshole and niggas still get elected, nigga. We're in a free fucking world. Niggas, there's motherfuckers that's fucking other men. You know what I'm talking about? We talking about some fucking slave shit?
Yeah, no, it's like, you know, we talk about so much of that slavery, and every time we keep pulling ourselves back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that slave shit, man.
Yeah, like Kanye, like, you know, like you said, you surround yourself with people, that's where you want to be. You know, and where Kanye West want to be financially, he want to be on Donald Trump level, so why wouldn't he be around a nigga?
Hell yeah, I want to be on Donald Trump level too, nigga. I want to be up like Donald Trump.
You know what he doing right now, Kanye West? This nigga just bought 300 acres to start his own community, just like Trump did, start his own city.
That part.
But you don't think about that type of shit in the hood, though. Niggas don't
just talk about
with that.
I was a slave, man. I'm oppressed, nigga. I'm oppressed, my nigga. I'ma just smoke this weed right here, man, and be oppressed, man. The white man won't give me shit. You know what it is? You scared to
talking about building his own city, nigga. Like, nigga, where you gonna get that type of conversation at? That type of motivation to make you think on that type of level, besides being with somebody that's in business, you know? And on top of that, this nigga's the president. I mean, I don't care, you know, fuck Trump, but at the same time, if that's his opinion, if that's who he want to be around, you know what I mean, to build to where he want to be, why would I knock it? You know what I'm saying?
Some people look up to people because they got money. You know what I'm saying? And what they got. You know what I'm saying? I'm always grounded. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people that got money, people that got stuff, people that don't have stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff, it don't impress me by a motherfucker having money. You know what I'm saying? It's just don't.
But Crenshaw, you're living on the wrong planet then.
How am I living on the wrong planet?
What planet are you living on? Money runs the world. Plain and simple.
I got more land. I got more land than a lot of niggas I know. I got a house. I got cars. But bro, I got motherfucking house in LA out there. So I'm doing all right. I ain't doing like a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying with that,
a lot of niggas can't do.
Shaw.
Yo, we can't hear y'all when y'all start yelling over each other. I'm gonna have to mute y'all out when y'all do that. I'm gonna take y'all back off mute, but we can't hear y'all when y'all do that.
All right, okay, let me explain. Okay, Shaw, what I'm saying is that with this, I'm proud of everything you got, but if you don't care about it, why don't you give it all to me?
Cause I look stupid in a motherfucker. But you can move on my land like Kanye. You can pay and get on the land like Kanye.
Give it to all to me. I want all that and some more. Give it all to me.
I mean, but there's nothing wrong with that though. There's nothing wrong with wanting. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is a motherfucker gonna give it to you.
But I'm saying what
that's the whole thing. And if a motherfucker tell you no, motherfucker don't like the word no. You know what I'm saying?
But what I was saying, what I was saying with that statement is that you said it doesn't matter. Something that doesn't matter to you. Something that doesn't matter to me, I can give it away without a problem.
No, it's not that I'm mad. I got a family too. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it don't matter, but what I'm saying, it don't matter to me about another person having money. I'm not finna look up to another motherfucker because I ain't having money.
Gotcha.
That's the reason why we're in this position now, is because people look up to people like they got money instead of just focusing on what they're doing in their own community. You know,
I just don't like people being just mad at people just because they got money. Like, it's like the nigga's rich and he's able to put people in a better position. He's able to help his family out, able to buy his mom a house, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it ain't no reason to knock on a nigga just because he got money. Like he just.
But if you got money, but if you got money, you're in a different class. You know what I'm saying? You're in a different class. You can go eat at the best restaurants. You eat at the best places. I mean, we're in a free country now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you said it. Fuck slavery. I don't agree with that shit at all. And I'm glad it's in the past. I'm not one of them. Like I said, we still got land. I'm still in touch with my community. You know what I'm saying? I haven't left nowhere. I ain't sold out. Ain't no motherfucker gave me no donation to shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it real right now, though. If Trump offered me $100 million, nigga, I'm selling out.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is, man.
Hey, if he offered you $100,000, would you take off that hat right now? Neb Jari?
What's that?
If Donald Trump offered you $100,000, would you take off that "Make Africa Great" hat right now?
Yeah, take it off, and I use the money to.
Oh Lord. No, but this is good conversation though for all of us though. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact, because you got different.
Crenshaw.
Yes, sir.
You say you have land, right?
Yeah.
You have children, right?
Yeah, I have one son.
Okay, so what you've acquired, I guess they call what is generational wealth, something you could pass to your people, your children. And I think that should be another subject, or a subject to talk about. That is another thing when people talk about slavery, is when you use the term slavery, you're talking about the things that have been acquired after slavery, or what slavery has caused. And so one of the things is the left out of the gap between the younger and older generation as far as generational wealth and able to pass things on. And that's very important. So, you know, when I was talking earlier about culture, that's one thing about culture that's inside a culture that, you know, especially here in America, as far as black people, that should get started again. Like was said earlier about the older people being a lot smarter than the people today, you know, after integration thing. You know, that's right. And that's one of the things Crenshaw seems to be doing right or correcting, is if you've acquired that type of wealth, you know, in that sense, you have assets, you have land and things like that, then you're stepping in the right direction. So as far as stop talking about slavery, if you're doing that, then slavery is probably going to be irrelevant to you, you know, but not everybody has taken that step or even know. Most of the people I'm thinking complaining or talking about it or whatever, that's one of the things is you know, if anybody has acquired wealth or however you got it, or if you have generational wealth, or you've been coming from a family of generational wealth, you speak from a different position. Or let's say you come from poverty and you made it yourself. Not everybody's going to know your blueprint or how you made it, or that some people are stuck in a mindset they don't know how to make it. They don't know the first step. And so it would take people that have done it, that or that are doing it, you know, to reach out. We can't just get government money and say, oh, we're going to have a program to teach. No, it's like you need mentors from your community. That way we feel more comfortable with who we learning from.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So anyway, my point is, I'm glad that he was talking about what he was talking about, because I think that's a good subject, is generational wealth and how to acquire it and pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
That solve a lot of the things that we're talking about that seem to be, you know, part of what the center of what Kanye West is speaking, as far as we can't keep talking about this for 400 more years. And it's like, I understand that,
Right.
you know, but let's start talking about solutions then. Like, I could talk about Kanye West all day or not, but the thing with me is I've always tried to utilize solutions. I know what's wrong with the Black community, not everything, but I understand there are certain objectives that have already been tried by other people, you know, such as the Black Panthers and Marcus Garvey before that. So, and other people have written codes like Dr. Neely Fuller, you know, compensatory code, you know, if you look that up, you know, things like that. We have solutions. We have people from all walks of life in different areas of life, you know, from psychologists to pimps out in the street. No matter what book they wrote, they all got game in it, you know. Let's read those books. Those solutions in those books. There are codes in those books. Just because a person a hoe or not, or a pimp or whatever, or a shoddy politician. Yeah.
Kyle, you, me, and I'm pretty much everybody on this conversation, we're from a different generation than these other kids.
Right.
This next youth right here, they're gone, man. There's no saving them. If you get a tattoo in the middle of your forehead, or right here, or right here, right here, right here, right here.
Not too much fast.
I can't teach you anything. And you know what? I don't even want to teach you nothing, because you ain't looking to learn.
Huh.
I'm only giving information to people that's willing to learn, that's looking for the information. Why would I freely give my voice and my opinion to a nigga that ain't even gonna take it and use it? You show somebody, people get rich because they want to get rich and they want to learn how to get rich. So they follow rich people and they try to mimic the same thing. If they can make it to the moon, why can't you be successful here on Earth?
Yeah, that's
if the Wright brothers build a plane in 19 whatever, and you can't get no money now. And one thing I want to point out too is that Black people already have reparations. If you have Section 8 to this day and you ain't sitting on $1 million under your mattress, you a fool.
I mean,
how educated do you think a person that's on Section 8 is?
I don't care how educated you are. You got to educate yourself.
Based on resources, right?
No, based on getting it, bruh. It ain't even about resources. The resources is this.
What do you mean by getting it?
Let me be on Section 8 for 1 year, bruh. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to come off Section 8. I'm going to own the building that I live in. I'm going to own a couple more businesses. It's just like people get so comfortable and they just like, how do you lose your spot when you paying $38 a month for rent?
Complacency, yeah. So let me ask you this. Again, that person that you're talking about, you have a different mindset than that person that's probably on Section 8. You already come from a different mindset. Your mindsets are totally different. A person is probably, I understand what you're talking about. A lot of people do that. But that's what I asked earlier. How educated is that person? I don't mean even by, there's a lot of people who don't even have common sense. And that's what I fear the most, is everybody doesn't have the fortitude or the get up to get out and hustle or any of that. People
right.
Going back to, like I said, like people don't have that same mindset. And that's sad, of course. Of course that's sad. But, besides just being educated, I mean by educated, I don't mean just, you probably learned the alphabet and then you learned a little math. No, I mean, how far have you been in the world where you can reflect it back? you know, if you never, if you never, there's this thing, I don't know if you ever heard of, you know, when you're growing up, you have girls that you play with, you know, practice pussy, basically. You know what that is, right? You got a practice friend, you know. You're fingering, playing hide and go get it in the closet or whatever, spend the bottle or whatever. I don't know how old people are, how young.
Right.
You
breaking up, Kyle. You breaking up.
So through life, you get experience.
Yeah, your audio cutting out.
If you have never been, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
All right, but what I'm saying is, when you have experience as you're growing up, the more experience you have, and especially outside of your family, and then you get into other neighborhoods and other communities and maybe the city, then you go outside of the city, now outside of the state, now outside of the country. So you see more. You know, you get to experience more. Then you get home or wherever you live, you can kind of.
I got a good solution for our black problem, and you might not like it or you might like it. All these ignorant niggas, we gotta round them up, nigga, and just execute them. Period. We gotta clean house ourselves. If you ain't on the same page and you need that much help, nigga, you need to get taken out. You a burden on society. You the reason people think America ain't great no more. We don't need that. We don't need people that ain't a part of the program representing us. Because you know that's what they do in certain countries, right?
They do it here.
Well, we need to start doing it.
They had I don't know if you, again, you know, you've learned a little bit more about history, but, you know, they had what is called eugenics. They had eugenics plans. That's where Planned Parenthood and things like that came from. You know.
Well, it ain't working, bruh. We need to put it in overdrive.
Well, this is the thing.
Them abortions is working now.
And I'm not even saying abortions. How about the people that's getting abortions get aborted too?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Got a good point.
Take them out, just straight down the side.
I'm just saying, bruh. Like, if you don't have a mind frame to be something in the world, you don't need to be in the world.
I'm gonna be honest. I think aspirin owes me some money because every time I pick cotton out just to give me a pill for my headache, I feel disrespected. You know, the shit ain't funny, my nigga. I sock you, my nigga. Tired of this shit, nigga. Tired of this shit.
Niggas talking about picking cotton, man. Like,
I got a headache right now. I got a headache right now, but I refuse to pick the cotton. I refuse to pick the cotton, so I'm gonna just have to have a headache.
I mean, this is my hey, y'all heard like where your focus goes, your energy flows, right?
Right.
Basically, like what you think about, that's what you bring into your future. So to me, if you stay in your mind, I mean, I ain't saying just forget about it. Like, of course it's important, but if you spend the majority of your time talking about the shit that was fucked up yesterday, you ain't gonna never have time to think about how to fix the shit the next day. We spend so much time about all the past bullshit instead of figuring what we gonna do from here. What can we do now to change the shit?
Well, that's why they making these museums and these statues and all that stuff. These slavery statues, so they gonna keep that's what they do, is conditioning to you to this the way that it was in America. This the way that it is. Yeah, we gotta make monuments. Oh, but you know, you could go to Martin Luther King's where he was at, where he died at, and you could stand where Earl Ray Jones had supposedly shot him. And I mean, it's for them. It's to keep you in your place, so you'll always know.
Y'all, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a chain. It's gonna have a nigga on a noose. It's gonna be iced out, and every time another nigga see it, he gonna be reminded of a slave. Yeah. I'm gonna really do that.
Yeah, that's how I'm
gonna get a chain, and it's gonna be a nigga hanging from my shirt, from my chain, iced out. Nigga, you was a slave, nigga.
Yo, check
that's how they do it. That's why they're
Yo, check this out. We got about 3 minutes left. I'll let everybody get their parting words out. Everybody get their quick words out to end this one off. If y'all want to do another one, we can start another one. But we got about 30 seconds each to go ahead and get yours off. We'll start with Brian Clinton since I cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I said you got about 30 seconds. We're doing a wrap up, so go ahead and speak your piece on this last 30 seconds.
I don't have any more Jerry Springer final thoughts. I'm just, I just say down with the Coonan. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Keep it to a minimum.
Okay. Neb Jari?
I want to say this was a great dialogue, great conversations, and maybe we can talk more. I really enjoyed it and love the opinion.
Appreciate it. Graphic?
Yeah, man. Shit, yeah, just joining in, man. This shit, that's what's up, man. Yeah, we'll talk about it more. But yeah, it's a good discussion, man. Appreciate it.
Crenshaw?
Yeah, I think everybody hit on some good points. It's good to see all y'all, and like you said, with the economical thing and stuff like that, we could get into different ones. We should do another one. But I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for having us on, and we're not gonna get nothing solved in one day. But we'll definitely one day as an individual person be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be as no whole group like everybody think. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be motherfuckers individually making it, just like motherfuckers making it in NFL, motherfuckers making it in NBA. Some motherfuckers just ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? But I hope the best for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Young Fit.
All I want to say is, let's make America great again. Period. Let's make it great. Get your hats at DonaldTrump.com.
Make America scrape again.
Make America great again.
Say that. All right, I appreciate y'all, man. We will link up and do it again, man.
All right, one love, brothers.
Kanye don't like black people.
Well,
Till one of us gets stomped out on the news.
Nah, I had a real good conversation, man. That shit was deep.